With the warm weather here, a lot of us are hitting the pools, but it's important to know how to stay safe while having fun. I'm joined now by Shawnna Rhine. She's with Southern Health Department. Shawnna, welcome. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
So we are talking pool safety and overall water safety today. How important is swim lessons when it comes to being safe out there?
Well, swim lessons are very important. We always recommend that families do have their children go through swim classes with a professional swim instructor just to make sure that they're covering all of the bases. So they're very important.
Okay, and so I guess what are some things to keep in mind when it comes to safety around the pool and bodies of water?
Well, when you're thinking about having those swim lessons, you want people to realize that accidental death from drowning is very high. It's the #1 cause of accidental death for children under the age of 4. So we want people to be very cognizant in and around water. Make sure that they're, if they have a pool or a hot tub, that they've got a fence around those, they've got a latch on the gate. So making sure that those children are safe and not able to get in there. But when we're talking about pool safety in general, we're also talking about hygiene and making sure that people are getting into the pool after they've washed off completely, just to make sure you don't have any dirt, debris, oils, makeup, or anything else on your body that somebody else might be susceptible to. Also, when it comes to hygiene, making sure that if you've had a virus recently, especially if you've had a fever, vomiting, diarrhea, you stay out of the water for a good 24 to 48 hours.
Absolutely, absolutely. So is there a difference between what people should do at a pool versus being at a lake or a natural body of water?
Well, a lot of it, when it comes to hygiene, that's when we're focused on being in a pool, hot tub, maybe a swim park, something of that nature. When you're talking about being like at the lake, beach, again, a lot of those things do go into play. You do want to make sure you're not sick when you're going to those environments. But we're also talking about just general safety. If you're going to be in a boat, make sure that you've got a life jacket for everybody, regardless of their age. Also, too, if you've got small children, keep an eye on them. We tend to get a little bit, when it comes to those flotation devices, we tend to think, okay, everything's fine. If you're using a floaty or something of that nature with your child, still go ahead and keep an eye on them because anything can happen. So we just always remind parents to be vigilant, notice the surroundings with your child, and kind of keep touch on how they're feeling and acting throughout the day.
Absolutely. Is there any other advice you can give folks out there?
Just be vigilant. We've always thinking, okay, swimming is a fun activity. It's something we look forward to, but we do consider it a public health concern when it comes to hygiene and safety. So just continue to watch your environment and those around you.
Okay, all right. Great advice there, and thank you so much for joining us, Shawnna.
Thank you.